Video is split into two parts, one for competitive exams and another is about advanced courses like PhD and postdoc. At the end of the video, I will discuss how this video will help such students. Let's begin. The first question is, which one of the following is not a site for in situ method for conservation of flora? The answer would be B. Botanical garden. Let's discuss each term one by one. First of all, we will discuss Biosphere Reserve. A biosphere reserve is an area recognized by UNESCO under their Man and Biosphere program. Biosphere reserves are areas comprising terrestrial, marine, and coastal ecosystem. There are three main components of biosphere reserve. These are core areas, buffer zone areas, and transitional areas. Core areas meant for conservation of landscapes, ecosystems, species, and genetic variations. Buffer zone entertains scientific research, monitoring, training, and education. The transitional zone actually help us to foster economy and human development that is socioculturally and ecologically sustainable. In the year 1996, the IUCN and MAP published a guideline for how to assess UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in the IUCN classification system. IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature. According to that assessment, the core zone of Biosphere Reserve has been falling under category 1. The buffer zone is coming under category 4, 5 or 6 depending upon the activities, and the transition zone is categorized as either 5 or 6. National parks are falling under the category 2, wildlife sanctuaries are coming under the category 4. Few examples of Biosphere Reserve of India are Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. It is present in Kerala as well as in Tamil Nadu. Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve, it is present in Tamil Nadu. Sundarbans Biosphere Reserve, it is present in West Bengal. Simlifal Biosphere Reserve is located in Odisha. And the ambitious Man and Biosphere program of UNESCO was launched in the year 1971. It aims to establish a scientific basis for improvement of relationship between people and their environment. MAP program actually provides a unique platform for cooperation on research and development, capacity building, and networking to share information, knowledge, and experience on three interlinked issues. Those are biodiversity loss, climate change, and sustainable development. It also helps us to formulate policies. In India, there are 18 biosphere reserves, but out of 18, only 11 has been included in the World Network of Biosphere Reserve based on UNESCO Man and the Biosphere Program list. And these 11 are enlisted here. You can see this Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. It is located in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka, which has been recognized in the year 2000. Likewise, you can see all these biospheres. You need to remember all this because any of the biosphere name can come in your exam. For example, they can ask you, where is Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve located? You need to answer. The answer is Tamil Nadu. When did Gulf of Mannar Biosphere Reserve was included in World Network of Biosphere Reserve? You need to answer that also. The answer is 2001. From this table, I think 25 questions can be made. You need to remember this table. Let's proceed. Next is National Park. An international organization, the International Union for Conservation of Nature and its World Commission on Protected Areas has defined national park as its category 2 type of protected areas. According to IUCN, there are 6,555 number of national park present in worldwide, and it was estimated in the year 2006. In India, according to Wildlife Protection Act, a national park should be an area with enough ecological, geomorphological and natural significance, obviously with rich flora and fauna. These are all theories you can read by yourself. Here one thing I would like to highlight that actually the major difference between a national park and other protected area is that the rights of the people living inside the limits of the national park are often tightly regulated, while grazing by livestock inside a national park is strictly prohibited. Removal of forest produce needs recommendations from National Board of Wildlife. If you need to extract anything from these areas, you need to take permission from National Board of Wildlife. A national park area typically varies from 500 to 1000 square kilometer. National park in India are IUCN category 2 protected areas. India's first national park was established in 1936 as Haley National Park, now known as Jim Corbett National Park, which is present in Uttarakhand. By 1970, India only had 5 national parks. In 1972, India enacted the Wildlife Protection Act and Project Tiger to safeguard the habitats of conservation-relevant species. Further federal legislation strengthening protection for wildlife was introduced in the year 1980s. As of May 9, 2019, there were 104 national parks encompassing an area of 40,501.13 square kilometer, which is comprising 1.23% of India's total surface area. From this paragraph, many questions can be asked, like which is the first national park of India, when did first national park of India was identified, by May 2019, how much square kilometer of area national parks have covered in India. All this type of question can be asked. Some examples are Bandipur National Park, Kuno National Park. Then comes Wildlife Sanctuary. Wildlife Sanctuary in India is also enacted, rather established under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. You need to remember the year and the act name, as they may ask you. Under which law wildlife sanctuary or national park in India have been established. Then the main purpose of wildlife sanctuary is to protect a population of wildlife such as migration areas with a rich diversity of large mammals or a particularly rare species. A wildlife sanctuary would normally be established to protect a viable population of a species or group of species, with the extent of the area dependent on the requirements of the species, and could therefore be a similar size to a national park. Hunting may be prohibited or strictly controlled, and normally there would be no human settlement or other land use allowed within a wildlife sanctuary. In biosphere reserve, we have studied that human settlements are allowed, but in case of national park and wildlife sanctuaries, human settlement are not allowed. Then comes wildlife sanctuaries of India. These are categorized as IUCN Category 4 protected areas. Between 1936 and 2016, we have 543 number of wildlife sanctuaries, and it covers an area of 1,18,918 square kilometer. These questions can be asked. Among these, 50 tiger reserves are governed by Project Tiger. This is also can be asked. How many tiger reserves are there in India, and how many tiger reserves are been give? I mean, how many tiger reserves are governed by Project Tigers? This type of question can be asked. Then these questions can also be asked like places with highest number of wildlife sanctuaries in India. First comes Andaman and Nicobar Island. Andaman and Nicobar Island is having 96 number of wildlife sanctuaries, followed by Maharashtra which is having 54, followed by Karnataka having 30 number of wildlife sanctuaries. These are few examples of wildlife sanctuaries. In Andaman Nicobar we are having Ariak Island wildlife sanctuaries, Bamboo Island wildlife sanctuaries. Apart from these two, there are 94 more number of wildlife sanctuaries are there in Andaman Nicobar. Similarly, in Gujarat, we have Gir wildlife sanctuaries, Nal Sarovar bird sanctuaries. In Maharashtra, we have Karnala bird sanctuaries, Yal wildlife sanctuaries. Then comes another topic that is called conservation reserves. Unlike national park and wildlife sanctuaries, a conservation reserve is declared by state government. Earlier, what we have seen, Biosphere Reserve was identified, UNESCO, then national park and wildlife sanctuaries are identified, government, central government. However, in contrast to the earlier three, this particular area, that is conservation reserve, is identified by state government with consent from local people. There are no regulations on the rights of the people living inside a conservation reserve. Then comes botanical garden. Botanical gardens are established through municipal bylaws to protect exceptional plants or and to conduct research. They also serve as a place of tranquility for benefits of visitors. A botanical garden is the equivalent of zoo. If you protect animals, then it will be called a zoological garden. After deducting the volume, you will have the value 1.501 mg per liter. Now you are having the mass, you are having the volume. You can always calculate the concentration. Now divide the mass by the volume, and you know, in order to convert kg into mg, you need to multiply that with 10 to the power 6, and you need to convert the liter into gallon. As you know, 1 gallon equals to 3.785 liter. So you need to multiply that with volume. Finally, you will get this answer. And everything mg will cut each other, liter will cut each other. Okay. Finally, you will have gallon. Here you need to mention kg. Kg will also cut. Kg will also cut each other. Okay, fine. Now the third question is the target set by Indian government for generating power from wind energy by the year 2022 is, it is already asked in UGC NET. The answer would be 60 gigawatt. Now by 2022 we need to produce 175 gigawatt of renewable energy. This is the target set by Indian government, out of which 100 gigawatt of solar energy we need to produce. These are the reference comment on it, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon for further notification. Thank you again.